Have you ever found yourself in a relationship just wondering, is this real? Like, really real? Well, today we're going to decode the key signals of genuine emotional attachment so you can finally tell the difference.
It can be so tough to figure out how someone truly feels, right? Are they just comfortable? Or is there a real, genuine emotional bond there? So, in this explainer, we're going to break down the three key signs that tell you someone is truly attached to you.
Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we'll define what emotional attachment even is. Then, we'll jump into three big signs that show someone is really invested. And stick around because at the end, we're going to talk about something super important: the difference between a healthy bond and an unhealthy, kind of obsessive one.
All right, first things first, let's get on the same page here. Before we can start spotting signs, we really need to understand what emotional attachment actually is. You know, what it means beyond just a vague surface level feeling. So, at its core, it's that deep, deep bond that's built on trust, on understanding, and on sharing real emotional experiences together. It's what takes a relationship from just casual to something truly meaningful. It's that feeling of being genuinely seen and valued for who you are. And here's a really important distinction to make. Emotional attachment, totally different from physical attachment. Think about it. You can have amazing physical chemistry with someone on a first date, right? But that's a world away from the deep, vulnerable connection that gets built over time, by sharing your actual dreams and fears.
Okay, so how does this stuff actually show up in real life? Well, the very first sign is all about actions, not just words. It's about where you land on their list of priorities, especially when they've got a million other things going on.
Yeah, a really clear sign of emotional attachment is when your partner consistently makes you and your happiness a priority. And I don't mean just when it's easy or convenient for them. I'm talking about a real, genuine pattern of behavior.
And look, this isn't always about big, over the top romantic gestures. The real proof is in the small stuff, the consistent things, like them choosing to spend their very limited free time with you, or them remembering you have that big meeting on Tuesday, or, just bringing you your favorite coffee for no reason at all.
And the key thing here is this isn't just about them being nice. Psychologically, what this is signaling is that they're willing to invest real time and real effort into your well being. It means you're not just an option or an afterthought, you're a real integral part of their life. All right, our next sign goes a little deeper than just actions. We're moving into a whole other level of trust here. We're talking about emotional vulnerability. See, when someone is genuinely emotionally attached to you, they feel safe enough to actually lower their guard. They let you see the parts of them that, honestly, they don't show to just anyone. So, what does that look like? Well, it could be them sharing personal stories from their past or confiding in you about their biggest fears. Maybe they ask for your advice on a really tough personal decision. And a huge one? When they start bringing you into their inner circle, introducing you to their closest friends and their family. This really gets to the psychology of it all. The researcher Brené Brown puts it perfectly. She says vulnerability is the birthplace of connection. I mean, Opening yourself up like that, it involves risk for sure, but it is literally the only way to build real, lasting trust. Okay, and our final sign for today looks to the future. It's about moving beyond just the here and now and looking toward tomorrow, together. This one is probably one of the strongest indicators that their attachment is really built to last. They don't just see you in their today, they are actively and consistently seeing you in their tomorrow. You'll probably start to notice a little shift in their language, It goes from I to we when they're talking about the future. It could be about planning a vacation for next month, or it could be them talking about much bigger life goals. The point is, it's crystal clear they don't just see a future for themselves anymore, they see a future that has you in it. From a psychological perspective, this is a huge shift. It shows they're moving from seeing the relationship as just a for now kind of thing to seeing it as a really significant long-term part of their life. It is such a powerful sign of deep, deep emotional investment. So, okay, we've gone through the three big signs. But, and this is a really big but, not all attachment is created equal. It is so, so important to be able to tell the difference between a healthy, supportive connection and one that kind of crosses the line into obsession or even control. A secure attachment, a healthy one, feels safe. You feel free to be yourself, to be independent, but you still feel deeply connected.
An insecure attachment, on the other hand, well, that often involves a lot of anxiety, a lot of jealousy, and this thing some psychologists call psychological ownership. And that's basically this unhealthy feeling that you're somehow entitled to control your partner's time, their attention, their choices. So you really want to watch out for these red flags. We're talking about things like constant jealousy or you sacrificing your own friends and hobbies for them, or that feeling of pure panic when they don't text you back right away. If your entire sense of well-being starts to depend on their constant approval, that connection might be shifting from supportive to something way more controlling.
So, here's the main takeaway. While those 3 signs we talked about can point to a deep connection, the most important thing, by far, is the quality of that bond. A truly healthy attachment, a secure one, should make you feel more free, not less. It should help you grow. And that really leaves us with a final question for you to think about in your own life. Is the connection you're building based on mutual trust and growth? Or is it more about just clinging to a feeling, maybe trying to control someone, just to quiet your own anxiety? Because the answer to that question, well, it changes everything.